don't like people who wear community college sweatshirts. I don't. They're a little too cocky in life, and I don't know why.
The Warren Zevon Keep Me in Your Heart Awards are so important to recognize those celebrities who've made a difference in ADAO's work and around the nation. For instance, Quincy totally gets that asbestos should be banned, that asbestos causes preventable diseases, and he's willing to step up and fight for it. And that's amazing. It makes our voice much louder.
Despite being told he only has 1 year to live, our first guest has faced this devastating news with humor and courage. Please welcome comedian Quincy Jones.
I feel honored. I feel like I feel amazed because the fact that I'm helping out. You don't do stuff with anticipation of getting awards for it. You do stuff and then sometimes you get recognized for it later on. So for me, it's been like, oh, I've been doing comedy and just trying to keep a positive message and spread a message of positivity and love. And the ADAO is honoring me for it. I feel great.
He did more this last year than we had ever seen with an artist since Warren Zevon.
And he's an entertainer, and like my father, he's working through what's happening to him, and he's making it part of his journey, sharing it with his audience and sharing it with everybody around him. And that's such an important part of this award because it really is about bringing a spotlight to this, and he's really helping us.
When I first heard that asbestos wasn't completely banned, it's sort of misleading because they say they no longer use it here. What they don't say is that they're still importing.
I think that Quincy's appearance on Ellen and the work that he's done and the media attention that he's gotten is probably the most of a presence we've had since my father was on the Letterman show.
The ADAO family has definitely been supportive and hands-on with trying to help and keep information flowing. You have to be aware and you have to be proactive and you have to hold your congressional leaders' feet to the fire if you need to get this eliminated. You know, we the people still have some power. You, my fans of comedy, still have some powers. By all means, do research, take the news for what it's worth, and try and get ahead of this thing. We're trying to get ahead of this thing.
Having cancer school now gives me 2 cards I could play in life, the race card and the cancer card. And that's blackjack.
July 3rd, 2015, 5:50 in the morning. I'm in Morristown Hospital in New Jersey. I get woken up and the guy's like, hey, would you have family around? I was like, no, I don't have anyone. I was like, but you're starting to scare me, so what's the deal? He says, well, how much do you know about your disease? I was like, I don't know, just spit it out. He's like, you have cancer, peritoneal mesothelioma.
There's no cure. They're saying
there's no cure.
No cure. So they say a year to live, and when did they tell you this?
They told me that August 6th.
Okay.
Yeah, I have to do chemo every 3 weeks. My life is broken down in 3-week increments, but I don't ever let that really stop me, you know?
Although this is the 7th award, each one is remarkably special. Quincy is unique and young and so talented. We're grateful that he's part of our ADAO family, and it's truly a delight to recognize his talents this year.
I've had opportunities, blessings to meet, you know, Vice President Biden and President Obama, and those were exciting. My next big goal, I have so many I can't even put them out there just yet. I'm filming another hour, filming another special. I have a podcast, Random Thoughts with Quincy Jones, so you can hear me talk about anything. Submitted for the Comedy Central half hour, you know, I'm hoping to get that, and just another late night spot, and maybe, you know, get my show created and made. And so just exciting, you know, opportunities. I'm trying to keep as many irons in the fire as possible. I don't let cancer define me. I don't let cancer confine me.
Keep me in your heart for a while.
People have asked me in the past if I get a little jaded when it comes to musicians, like being in rock and roll my whole life, and I've met some pretty big people, and I am jaded because I understand what they do. They might do it better than I do and more successfully, but I get the idea. They're putting chords together and lyrics. I kind of know what they're doing, but I find that a lot of the musicians that I know, and especially my father and I, the kind of rock stars to us were comedians. And so when we took road trips, we would listen to Pryor and Carlin and Eddie Murphy and Lenny Bruce and Bill Cosby. We didn't know. And so first of all, it means a lot to me to give this to somebody whose comedy I really appreciate and who genuinely cracks me up, because, you know, if it was like, hey, how about that airplane food? It's like, oh, just take it, just go away. But he's genuinely a truly funny individual. When I first read his story and I brought it to Linda's attention, I knew that there was an opportunity for us to get some kind of exposure to people. It's the weirdest thing. We don't want people to have this disease. We want asbestos to be banned, but at the same time, when there's somebody with a public figure that's willing to put themselves out there and share this, it really does help what we're doing. But then at the same time, I just thought, man, this kid, I'm 47, I can call you a kid. This kid, you know, keeps talking about having this much time to live, and I don't know what kind of support system he has, and all I could think of was, I just happen to know this lady that pretty much knows like every good doctor in the world, and then I happen to know this conference that's filled with like some of the greatest, sweetest, caring people and the smartest people in the world, and that was my big hope, was that he could become a part of this. And so the fact that he's here means the world to me, because it means that the journey from that article to here has come to fruition. And I got to tell you, it brings me a great amount of joy to present this. My father worked through his disease and made probably one of the best albums of all time. Quincy's working through his and doing some brilliant work, so the parallels are unmistakable. And with that said, if you haven't seen his HBO special yet, which I highly recommend, good for the whole family. He looks very good. He's very rich. And even though he might not want to be, I would kind of like him to be the Magic Johnson of cancer. Because, you know, fine, 3 years from now, I'll be, what the fuck, man? Okay, that's all right, we can deal. So it gives me a great amount of pride to present the Warren Zevon Keep Me in Your Heart Tribute Award to Mr. Quincy Jones.
He lied, I'm not rich. I am humbled and honored to be here. It's been a long journey to get to this point. I never expected to be here a couple years ago. Like I said, I was in and out of hospitals getting my stomach drained, and I think it was just a positive attitude and a great support system, and being open to getting more assistance is what brought me here. It's easy when you're going through cancer or you're going through struggles to close off and, like, you know, insulate yourself with just people that you know or you feel comfortable with. But then you meet someone like Linda, you know, who won't let you close off, and she'll beat down every door or obstacle you put up to stop her. And it's that persistency and that consistency that has enabled ADAO to become as successful as it is. So I want to say thank you guys for giving me the award, for lying, saying I'm rich, and for checking out my special. I never thought I'd be here. I just keep going, even when I don't feel like keeping going. And I look around, I meet all you. I come to these conferences, I meet people, I see people keeping up the good fight, from Linda and her interns to the sound people and engineer who can't get the sound and audio together right, and you know, to Arthur, who gives me all the information on asbestos usage, and everyone I've met, and even the bartender in the back making a good drink. So I want to say thank you guys so much, man. I appreciate it. Love you all. Thank you.